Welcome to Igneous Petrology class. Today we are going to discuss ultramafic rocks. Now, at the term ultra means in very excess, and the mafic is the mafic minerals. You all know that your silicate minerals they are divided into two categories, felsic and mafic. Felsic are those which do not have iron and magnesium in their composition, whereas mafic they have iron and magnesium in their composition. And the minerals of your mica group except muscovite, amphibole group, pyroxene group and olivine group, they are together known as mafic minerals. Now, if a rock has more than 90% mafic minerals, that rock is known as ultramafic. Ultra means in very excess, and the mafic minerals in very excess means more than 90%. So, if an igneous rock has more than 90% mafic minerals, it is called ultramafic, or it is in the category of ultramafic. Now, the very common names of ultramafic rocks are depending upon the number of mafic minerals. Suppose an igneous rock has only one mineral, olivine, and that too is more than 90%, then that rock will be called dunite. That rock will be called as dunite. You can see in that this category, this is your olivine, this is your dunite. Right, on this end it is taken as your olivine, on this orthorhombic pyroxene, and this is clinopyroxenes. Like that you can make these diagrams and place, or you can categorize, or you can mark the fields of different ultramafic rocks. So in this triangular we have taken on this end as the olivine, here it is orthopyroxene, it is the clinopyroxene. Right. So suppose a rock has only your this only olivine, that is your olivine more than 90%, right? So that rock will be called as dunite. Similarly, if a rock has more than 90% only pyroxene, right? If a rock has only pyroxene as essential mineral and then to more than 90%, that will be called as a pyroxenite. So these two names are very simple to remember as far as mineralogy is concerned. As far as name is concerned, when a rock, igneous rock has more than 90% pyroxene, it is pyroxenite. If it has more than 90% olivine, it is dunite. Say third category, if a rock has 50% olivine and 50% pyroxene, and they together are more than 90%. They together are more than 90%, then the rock name will be your peridotite. Peridotite, right? This you can say, right? So the olivine and pyroxene, they are equal in amount, and that they are more than 90%. That rock is called your peridotite. And you all know that a variety of peridotite, that is your kimberlite, rock is kimberlite, that is a variety of peridotite, that is your mica peridotite, you can say it, that is a host for your diamonds. Again, that name is the ultramafic, kimberlite. Similarly, your rock names, if your rock has only one hornblende, the mineral of amphibole group, if it is having hornblende and that is more than 90%, then that igneous rock will be called hornblendite. That will be called the hornblendite. Now, depending upon the number of minerals, your ultramafic, that for the term ultramafic, I say a statement, all ultramafic rocks are ultrabasic, but all ultrabasic rocks are not ultramafic. Try to understand, it is very simple and very logical. As we said, ultramafic rocks are those which have more than 90% mafic minerals. Right? Once they have more than 90% mafic minerals, means their silica content is also less. The silica content is also less, and that comes out less than 45%. So on the basis of the silica content, if you say if a rock is having less than 45% silica, that is your ultrabasic. The term ultrabasic is used. Your nepheline cyanide, Nepheline cyanide, it doesn't have any mafic mineral, but the silica content is less than 45%. So it is also ultra basic. Whereas all your ultra mafic rocks, they are ultra basic. But all ultra basic rocks are not ultra mafic. It is very clear from the example of nepheline cyanide. Nepheline cyanide is ultra basic, but it is not ultra mafic. It doesn't have the mafic minerals. So these two terms, it is very important, and you should understand it, that all ultra mafic rocks are ultra basic, because that once we say the ultra mafic means a rock is having more than 90% mafic minerals, and once the mafic minerals are more than 90%, naturally it has silica less than 45%. So in sense of silica classification, they are ultra basic. On the other hand, if you take ultra basic, your nepheline cyanide, it has silica content less than 45%, though it has silica content less than 45%, but it doesn't have any mafic mineral. So it is ultra basic, but it is not ultra mafic. So like this, there is in nature, because your silicate minerals, you all know they are more than 90% in the earth crust. And then in silicate also feldspars, they are more than 55%, and feldspars, you know, they are the felsic minerals, they doesn't have iron and magnesium. Then 22% are your say quartz or silica group minerals. So broadly speaking, 75% of the earth is made up of your felsic minerals. Only 25%, right, is made up of your mafic minerals and non-silicate minerals. So if you broadly say the mafic minerals, silicate mafic minerals, they are around 15%. So these rocks are very rare in the nature, and they are associated, they are found in the complexes, right, and they crystallize early during your magma consolidation or solidification. Because now this is a dunite, this rock is dunite, it is ultramafic rock. Now this dunite, it crystallizes, the mineral content is olivine, and that crystallizes first from the magma, from the basaltic magma. Once the crop of this olivine is crystallized, it settles at the bottom. Right, mostly these, because they are denser, and you can say by the Stokes that law, that 2gr square ds minus dl upon 9c, the rate of settling of the crystals, means g is due to acceleration due to gravity, ds is the density of the solid minus density of the liquid, upon 9c, c is the viscosity. So these, because the olivine crystallizes the earliest, it has higher density, it settles and forms one layer. So the separation, or you can say the separation from the magma, from the liquid from which it is being crystallized, takes place due to its higher density, and that is given by the Stokes, the rate of settling. So these mafic minerals, so though there is mafic content in your, say, your basalt, your gabbro, and many rocks, there are mafic minerals. For example, your gabbro, it has your plesioclase labradorite and your clinopyrene diopside augite, but they don't make more than 90%. They are, say, 30-40% like this. So mafic content is there, but they are not the ultra mafic. Ultra mafic is a term when a rock has more than 90% mafic minerals, right? So mafic minerals, as such, they are component or composition or the essential mineral component of many igneous rocks, but they are simply the, you can say, the mineral composition, and they are not in the category of ultramafic. So ultramafic, and the name says ultramafic, more than 90% mafic minerals, right? And depending upon the which mineral is there, the rock names are given. So this is all, and they they have the iron and magnesium in their composition, excess iron and magnesium, and naturally the silica content of such rocks is less. So this is the ultramafic rocks, and the names you should get acquainted: dunite, pyroxenite, hornblendite, right, peridotite, kimberlite, and in volcanic equivalent of, only volcanic equivalent of this ultramafic rocks is komatiite. This is a komatiite rock. Komatiite is a volcanic ultramafic rock. Though some petrographers do not consider it considered the extraterrestrial rock that isn't the part of the earth. But for a student of petrology at this stage, you should know the name that cometite is an volcanic ultramafic rock. So this is ultramafic rocks, and we will discuss their origin in the next turn. Thank you very much.